Honestly, I can't believe this happened. I can't believe we're talking about it. I can't believe I'm making a video about it. Everyone's going to say, where were you when GTA 6 got leaked? Now, this is the first time Grand Theft Auto has ever been leaked. And it's a crazy story. And we're going to go into that story, and we're going to talk all about how leaks impact games, the biggest leaks in gaming history, where this one definitely tops it, and what our opinions are on the matter. I mean, this is insane. This is absolutely crazy. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been on everybody's mind since the past 6 years. But yet Grand Theft Auto 5 still makes billions and billions of dollars every year. Now, if you weren't on social media or online at all, Grand Theft Auto 6 got leaked. And I'm not talking just screenshots. I'm talking gameplay footage of pre-alpha code, source code, and also visuals of tons of development behind the scenes stuff. Now, this is crazy. This is insane. Apparently, the same hacker who hacked Uber is responsible for this hack as well. One morning, YouTube and a ton of other social media sites had footage, and a lot of it of GTA 6. Developer alpha footage, doors opening and closing, getting into vehicles, getting out vehicles, moving the character around, stuff that's very, very early on development. Now, we're not going to show you any of that stuff because, hey, it's not our work. It's not up to us to show you. And we also want to respect the developers and not show that work. Like, hey, it's their work. It's up to them to decide when to show it. From there, it got crazier. All of Twitter came out, Reddit came out, everyone on social media came out and gave an opinion. Either, great, we're glad this happened. Yes, this confirms Grand Theft Auto 6. B, now, C, now it's going to delay the game even further. Memes, tons of criticism, tons of support. You name it, there is just a wide spectrum of different opinions. From there, the hacker communicated to Rockstar saying, I also have the source code, and if you want it, I will negotiate a price with you. So now this hacker is holding the source code hostage to sell it back to Rockstar. It's insane. So Take-Two did everything in their power to DMCA all footage, and it got quickly removed, but as you know, the internet works incredibly fast. So a lot of that footage has been taken down, and the hacker now is asking for money for the source code. So it gets crazier. A person pretended to work for Rockstar and Take-Two to speak to the hacker and did. And the hacker then again said, I have the source code. If you want to see the logs, we can prove it. Then the hacker said, I also have GTA 5 source code that I will sell, and I will not accept anything below 5 figures for negotiation. The GTA 6 source code is not for sale at the moment. And the next morning, through a series of tweets, we found out that obviously Rockstar and Take-Two were gutted and devastated by the leaks. And this happened over the previous weekend. And imagine being at home and not having any control over this and not getting into work till 2 days later and then coming into work and seeing your coworkers and having to deal with this. Now, Rockstar is working closely with the FBI right now to figure out this situation with the hacker. We are waiting for an update to see what's next. Rockstar did put out a message just recently. We recently suffered a network intrusion in which an unauthorized third party illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from our systems, including early development footage for the next Grand Theft Auto. At this time, we do not anticipate any disruption to our live game services, nor any long-term effect on the development of our ongoing project. We are extremely disappointed to have any details of our next game shared with you all in this way. Our work on the next Grand Theft Auto game will continue as planned, and we remain as committed as ever to delivering an experience to you, our players, that truly exceeds your expectations. We will update everyone again soon, and of course, we'll properly introduce you to this next game when it's ready. We want to thank everyone for their ongoing support through this situation. Now, I think they handled that perfectly. There's nothing else you could really say in that situation. Now we need to wait and see what Rockstar does. Do they delay the game? Do they announce the game? Do they show a trailer of Grand Theft Auto 6 that looks more polished? Do they give us a release date? I'm hoping they kind of shut all doors and don't announce anything. Let us forget about it. Let us put that away. Hopefully people forget. And then maybe 2 years from now, 3 years from now, when they're ready to finally announce it, then they release a trailer or release an announcement. Because how sad would it be if they're forced to now put out a trailer or a reveal, and the game's not going to come out in 3 or 4 years or 5 years from now. And we're like, okay, well, now we just got to wait even longer. So I just hope they just kind of focus on it and close their doors to all crazy commotion. This tweet, I think, captures it perfectly. Dread to think what the Rockstar team is going through right now. Years of work are now being shredded, torn apart, analyzed, misunderstood, taken out of context, and memed. A destructive cycle games industry knows way too well. Help to make it better and don't engage with leaks. Now, an argument can be made that companies need to beef up their security. We've seen Ubisoft be leaked a lot. Bethesda leaked a lot. E3 back in 2018 leaked. There's tons of leaks and, obviously, privacy concerns and password concerns through companies worldwide. So yes, there's an argument to be made that companies need to beef up their security. There's also another argument that can be made that hacking ruins a developer's work. That's the side that I take. I'm curious what side you take. That having footage be leaked so early on when they're not even polished yet takes the control out of the developer's hands. They now have no control over how people get to see their work and how they want to showcase it themselves. It's so disrespectful and so sad. Imagine spending 7 years of your life, maybe 5, maybe 10, put a number out there, but several years. And then someone just goes ahead, steals your work, and posts it online. Now, the criticism that comes through, the memes that come about, the anger and hostility in the gaming world that comes about. How many games have been leaked where you will go, you know what, I'm excited to play that. Or you go, you know what, that doesn't look finished yet. It's not fair to judge a game when it is being made that's going to be the final product. It's like judging cake batter before it's made into a cake. You look at a sloppy mess in a bowl and you go, what the heck is that? There's no way that's going to turn into cake. Now, granted, I'm not saying development into games is a sloppy mess, but you understand the reference. Now, whatever stance you may be putting yourself in, if you are for game leaks, if you're against game leaks, if you don't care at all, they are happening and at a faster pace than they were ever happening before. And bigger companies and bigger games are being hacked more and more and more. So we now live in a world where this is almost becoming normal, which is crazy to say, and nobody wants that to happen, but it seems to be heading that way. Now, there's been tons of video game leaks throughout history. 2018, the entire E3 lineup got leaked, and an online store put up all of the video games that were going to be announced at E3 on their webpage. One game in particular, Borderlands 3, which wasn't set to be announced for another year later. Dishonored 2 was leaked live by Bethesda on accident during a rehearsal. Half-Life 2 source code was leaked online. A hacker stole the source code 5 months before its release. Ubisoft has been under so many leaks and hacks that they made a joke about it in Watch Dogs. From Assassin's Creed to more, Ubisoft has probably been on the forefront of all hacks and leaks. And now Grand Theft Auto 6 joins that list. It is a list that is getting incredibly longer by the year, and we hope that this is the last of it. We can only hope. Now, it begs the question, are gaming hacks part of gaming culture? Is that just the world we live in now? I don't want that to be the case at all. I imagine most people do not. But it begs the question, is this something that is just going to happen from here on out, no matter how tough security is? Now, when it comes to leaking a game, there are so many different ways it can affect developers and the game itself. One, it could delay the game even further. Who knows how many years it could push it. They could get criticism from executives for who knows where in the world saying, you know what, I didn't enjoy this. I didn't like the way it looked. Now people online are feeling XYZ. Look at the whole Sonic the Hedgehog movie fiasco. So that can push it even further. The next thing it could do is it can demoralize a company. The workers that have worked on this game now feel that their work is out in the open and they might not have any motivation like they did before or passion to work on it as hard as they did. Now, source code negotiation. You're now losing money, you're losing time, you're losing resources, you have to get lawyers, getting the FBI involved. That's hurting the company, which is probably going to delay the game even further. Nobody likes this. Nobody wants this to happen. This is the biggest leak in gaming history, and that's not a good thing. That's not something we should celebrate. Now, I did a poll on Twitter. Do you think a game leak is good or bad? 17.9% said good, keep them coming. Now, let's pause right there. Now, yes, an argument can be made. They like game leaks because it shows them behind the scenes. Maybe it gives them behind the curtain look of what the game could potentially be. It keeps them excited, engaged. I don't agree with that 17.9%, but playing devil's advocate, sure, I could see why. Now, 60.7%, which is what I would be in the camp of, say bad. Respect the devs. Now, I 100% agree with that. It shouldn't be up to hackers to leak stuff. It's up to the developers, as it should be. So you're stealing that from them. You're taking that moment from them. And it's so disheartening and so sad. 21.4 of you said makes no difference. Now, this is interesting. Now, one way or the other, they don't care. Even if a game gets leaked, they're either going to buy it or they're not going to buy it. It's not going to dissuade them either way. So let us know in the comments what you think about this leak. What are your thoughts on leaks in general? Do you think games should be leaked? Do you think games shouldn't be leaked? I gave you my opinion. I don't think games should ever be leaked. Unless the company's doing it as a ploy or an advertisement. Oh, whoops, we accidentally leaked it. Ha, ha, ha. Sure, it's up to them if they want to do that, as long as they get the consent of the developers. But unless a company wants to release something, nobody should release it. Why? It's their work. You have no rights over it. You have no control over it. Let them do their work. Let us know in the comments what you think. It is a crazy, crazy week. Grand Theft Auto 6. My goodness, we found out. Not the way we wanted to find out. Well, not the way I wanted to find out. Will you even be playing Grand Theft Auto 6? I'm curious. Who knows when it will come out? Also, put in the comments when you think Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to come out now. Do you think it's going to be delayed, or do you think it's going to be here earlier than later now? Well, I'm 𝔸𝔻𝕆𝔝𝔸. This is AdoramaXP. We'll see you next time.